Hey, what's up, people of the internet who choose to watch my videos? Today I'm doing a Q&A video, so let's get it started. Why did you decide to start making videos? I originally started making videos just for something to do. Honestly, I'd come home from school and I thought it was fun to turn on my webcam and get Windows Movie Maker up and do a bunch of fun jump cuts where I could magically appear and reappear within the frame, and I just got really into it and I just started making them for fun, and I'm really glad that I did because it's a hobby that I've really fell in love with and that I can do for the rest of my life, and I'm really fortunate to have found that at a young age. If you weren't making videos, what would you do instead? If I wasn't making videos, something I've always really been into is music, but I've never actually really pursued creating music in any way. And if I hadn't started making videos, I would have hoped to maybe have started learning an instrument and maybe kind of gone down that path. At times I still think, if I just practice for 10 minutes a day, I could learn both. But, I don't really know what I'd do if I wasn't making videos. I'm glad that I'm making videos because that's really the only thing I really, really love to do. And it's awesome. What are your plans for the future? Who knows? I'm just going to kind of let my journey happen as it goes. I hope to always be able to produce video content in some way or another, and I really hope to be able to make some type of films. I really want to make films, and I want to be able to just always be working with this medium because I love it so much. What is your favorite summer hobby? Well, right now I actually have two favorite summer hobbies. One of them is making videos like I am now. I love doing this, and I love uploading videos online and sharing with the online community. I've always just gotten a huge kick out of that, and I really love doing that. And I also love to just sit and read, sit outside or sit by a window and read a great book. I have a lot of fun doing that. I also like to go kayaking, spend time outdoors, spend time with my girlfriend. Just sit around in the sun and relax, jump in the lake. I'm waiting for it to warm up right now. Hopefully it'll be warm enough soon. So I like to do a lot of things in the summer, but mainly just be outside and make things and read and things like that. Any particular plans for the summer? Not really. I'm working an internship at a production studio, so I'm going to be making some cool content for them, hopefully, making time lapses, map animations, and a whole plethora of other things, hopefully. So that'll be really fun, but other than that, I'm just kind of hanging out, doing my thing. Plans for future videos? At this moment, I don't have a lot of plans for future videos. They kind of just come to me as, life happens, and hopefully I'll be able to make a lot of stuff this summer for you guys, and hopefully I'll be able just to do a lot of cool things and upload a lot of stuff to my page because, I just want to keep creating, and I'm thinking, if I want to really do this, I just got to keep making videos and keep making videos. And so I'm going to really try and do that a lot for you guys this summer as well as for me because, to be honest, I really upload these videos mainly for myself, and because it's cool to see where I was at a particular time, and it's cool to see things I created at a certain time in my life, and I love going back and being able to see that. But I also do love sharing it with other people who can appreciate it and who are willing to respond to me and give me criticism and, kind of push me to keep making stuff. What are you studying and when do you finish? I'm studying screen arts, and I am entering my senior year at university this next year, so I'll be done in a year, and I'll be heading to the real world and hopefully start making some stuff for real people for real money. Which talent would you most like to have? Ooh, that's a tricky one. If I could have any talent, I think the talent that I would find most useful in this world is just being able to talk to anybody. Sometimes I have trouble making conversation with people I don't know, or I have trouble making conversation with people I do know. And I think that some people just have this kind of innate ability to just talk and like enter a conversation seamlessly, and they can kind of conduct the conversation, lead it, construct the conversation as they go, and pull the other people around them along. And I would love to have that talent. I've never seen myself as a huge conversation starter or pusher. I'm kind of always just someone who adds in small amounts of input here and there. But I think it is a really important talent to be able to talk to a variety of different people and to be able to kind of just have this communication between people, because I think it's really important in the world we live in today. If you want to be successful and if you want to pursue your real passions, sometimes you have to be able to communicate those ideas and be able to kind of command a conversation for people to give you respect, and that's a talent that I wish I had. What do you most like and dislike about your appearance? That's a funny one, because I used to struggle with this more than I do now, because now I just generally don't really care about my appearance as much. I just kind of, it is what it is. I'm a skinny motherfuck, and I'm kind of accepting the fact that I always will be. And I've always been kind of self-conscious about how skinny I am, and I've always tried to put on weight and build muscle, but I realize, like, I don't like working out. I don't like drinking protein shakes every day, really. And there's really nothing wrong with being skinny. I think that as I get older, it'll be a benefit to me in a lot of ways, actually. And I've always been really self-conscious about it, but I've kind of began to accept it. And I've also been self-conscious about my nose. A lot of people have told me in the past that I have a big nose. And, when people point out things about you, gets you self-conscious about it for some reason, well, for obvious reasons, because they're pointing it out. But I've really generally stopped caring about my appearance as much, just throw on a t-shirt and some jeans, and I am who I am, and I'm happy with that now. If you could change one thing about the world today, what would it be? That's another loaded one. There's lots of things I'd change about the world. If I could change one thing, though, honestly, when I think about it, I'm pretty happy with where I'm at, and the world is kind of fucked up in so many different ways. I think, I wish, when I think about this, so many things come to mind. I wish everybody had enough food and water and a place to stay, and that people could live sanitary lives and be happy and healthy. But nobody's ever happy, no matter where you go. You can go to the richest neighborhood in the world, and you can go to the poorest slum, and you're going to find people there who are happy and not happy. And no matter what you do, I'd like to say, world peace and things like that, but I really don't think that's possible. I think that there's always going to be someone who wants something they don't have, and they're going to do what it takes to get that. And so there's always going to be conflict between people, probably. And so really, when I think about it, there's not much I really want to change about the world other than me being a better person. The only thing that I really have control of is myself. And because I have control of myself, I can make sure that I do my best to make everything that comes in contact with me better, and to make people's days brighter, and to remember that, everybody has down days and everybody goes up and down, but you just got to be as positive as you can, and always try and stay in that positive mind state, even though it's so hard sometimes. It's almost impossible sometimes, it seems. But you really got to try and do that, and I think that if I could change one thing about the world, it would be myself, because that's what I really have control over. And, I can't, if I could change one, I can say world peace or things like that, but I, myself, cannot really change that, I feel. But the one thing that I do have control over is me. And by changing myself and making myself a better person, I think everybody can always work on being a better person, be less judgmental, and just be open to everything, and just be happy and accept things for the way they are, and try and better other people. I think that's what I would change, is myself, and I'm constantly working on that, and I know that I have infinity to improve myself, and I have till the day I die, so I just need to remember to keep working on that and change that I focus on this every day instead of focusing at it at kind of random times and saying, like, I really do need to be better. And then I slip out of it sometimes, but I just need to focus on doing that on a daily basis, and that's what I really need to change, is my own attitude and the way that I see things and the way that I can affect other people. What charity organization do you think is worthy of your money? I think there's probably a lot of charity organizations out there in the world that are worthy of my money. And unfortunately, to be completely honest, nothing really comes to mind as a big charity name that I really want to donate to. I'm not that involved in charity organizations, and it's actually kind of sad to admit that I'm not, but I haven't given a lot of my money to charity. Recently I did donate for a project to build a well in Africa. My cousin has gone to Africa and she built a well there, and she is traveling back again to try and build another well, and I've supported that, and I think that's a worthy cause to get people fresh water. I think that that's a basic human right, and so right now that's something that I've donated my money towards, and I think that's really cool. If someone asked you to give them If someone asked you to give them a random piece of advice, what would you say? I would say, remember that life goes up and down. You can't fight the flow. You kind of got to go with it. And things aren't always going to be exactly how you project them to be into the future. Things are going to change. Your path's going to change, and obstacles are going to come in your way. But you got to not let that get you down. And you've got to always keep pushing forward, and you got to go with it and roll with the punches, but keep your head up and not let yourself get kind of sucked underneath the current and held underneath the water. You got to stay afloat, go with it, and understand that things aren't always going to be perfect, that perfection doesn't really exist, and that you're going to go through the ups and downs, but you've only got one life to live, so go. Live it. If someone were to make a movie about your life, who would you hope would play you? Honestly, I think I could play myself pretty well. I've always kind of wanted to get into acting, and I think that no one could really capture my true essence as much as myself, and I think I could do a really good job. How would you explain your basic life philosophy? I kind of already went over some of this stuff in earlier questions, but I'll kind of reiterate myself to kind of try and make a cohesive life philosophy kind of off the top of my head. My basic life philosophy is that, I said it earlier, you've only got one life to live. You might as well live it to its full extent, because you might not get another chance to kind of be within this realm that we find ourselves right now. And just to understand that there's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. Everybody has them, no matter who they are. And that in the times that you are down, remember that, you're going to reach another high at some point, or that you can reach another high. And even if you don't think you can, you might as well live in that low as long as you can, because, you've got the rest of eternity to spend doing something else, or being dead, or not in this realm. So when you're in those lows, just realize, it's not forever. Nothing is forever. And you might as well get the most out of it you can while you're here, because who knows if we get to come back. That concludes my question and answer video. That's all the questions. Thank you to everybody who submitted a question. I really appreciate it. I appreciate that you're willing to kind of give me something to talk about, because I love to make these videos, and I hope I can still have a group of people who like to listen to me, and that I can have submit questions, because it's really fun. And thank you guys again, and I will see you later.